Hello everybody, welcome back to Wizard of Mode Games and our Deliverance solo campaign series. We are about to start Mission 5, Scars of the Past. If you remember in Mission 4, a woman's daughter was abducted. Michael went down into the mines and defeated the demon. We gained 2 experience points and a heavenly treasure card of type chest. Well, we pulled 2 cards and picked one, and we ended up with the Warden's Cloak, which gives us 2 health, 2 max health, and more discipline. The other item gave us strength, which we could have applied to our Mighty Smite, but we can activate Overhand twice in a turn, which deals damage based on discipline. And now we have the 5 discipline required to deal additional damage when using exceptional discipline. So we're going to put that over there. So now our health is 16, 17, 18, 19, and that's reflected on our dial there. And with our 2 experience points, we went ahead and unlocked level 1 talent on our talent 3 slot. So Michael added Firm Resolve, which is a passive. Whenever you reach maximum courage, gain 1 shield or gain a boon of your choice. I'm really looking for that Empower. I'm really looking for that Blessed, right? And then that means the Intercessor, little angel on our shoulder, also got a slot opened, and we got Increased Fortitude, which is 2 extra health, 2 maximum health. In addition, when you first gain this skill, gain 1 shield. So we're going to start this one off with a shield, and we actually have 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21 HP. So Michael is growing ever stronger in the face of darkness. Well, let's see if he can take on the next bout. All right, that's about everything from last time, so let's go ahead and jump into Mission 5, Scars of the Past. Something is wrong in this town. You knew that much when you first made landfall. It is why you were sent here, after all. But the reactions of the people to the cries of that desperate woman tell you there is more at work than you anticipated. Combined with the new sights and sounds, so very different from your last Earth visit, just a short 100 years ago, you are struggling to maintain your composure, striving to appear indifferent so as to blend in and avoid attracting demonic attention. The Turning Dirt Pub sign hanging from a nearby building catches your eye, and as you watch for the next few minutes, you notice that it has done the same, and more, to the townsfolk on the street. Not a single one manages to walk past the pub. Each person within eyeshot changes trajectory and makes their way into the establishment. Sometimes directly, sometimes hesitantly, but without fail, each human that passes by you ends up inside that building. You step forward to investigate what is so alluring here, and from this new angle you are able to see clearly why this pub is acting like a magnet to those around. Hacked into the hedges of the sign are a series of demonic runes, scars of wickedness. Alright, setup. Angels start on any marked space on 107A. This is 107A. These little 4 squares here are where we can start. Place demons and saints on the map according to the player count, and attach listed talent cards to demons. Alright, so I checked the fact on this one because I could not find these because let me step back. I checked the FAQ because these are red on here, and red usually means challenge. So I didn't see any talents on here that were referred to by these instructions, and it's a typo in the instructions, so let's not make this game harder than it needs to be. And then it says, use a Fallen Seraph standee for Droxiel. Victory, destroy all demons. I believe Droxiel is our baddie this time. Special rules, add 2 Fallen Seraph battle cards to the initiative track as indicated. Droxiel will use 2 actions each round. Alright, so I'm going to use this like this so that we can fit everybody on the screen there. So Droxile is our big baddie. It's not a prince, so we're not going to get any prince cards. Looking at his constant ability, Alpha Omega Imposter, Droxile uses 2 actions each round and will split these so that he is first and last to act among demons. Place 2 Fallen Seraph battle cards on the first and last spaces of the initiative track to mark his actions. And that's why we have these 2 Fallen Seraphs here, and then we have the Unclean Spirit and the Hateful Fiend. Alright, and it looks like he has one of 2 actions. I'm sorry, let me step back. He has another constant effect, Shadow Guard. If Droxile is on or adjacent to a space with shadow and would be dealt damage, reduce that damage by 3 to a minimum of 1 damage. Oh boy, that's going to be a challenge. And then his 2 abilities, Angel Slayer, Droxile engages the nearest angel and deals 4 damage. I have the move of 6. Then add Shadow to Droxile's space. If Droxile did not move during this action, that angel is dealt 10 damage instead. Wow. So we really got to make sure he moves around. It's leg day for this guy. Revenge of the Fallen, move 6. Droxile engages the nearest angel, then deals 3 damage to each angel within 3 range. Droxile heals 2 damage per angel that is dealt damage with this skill. So the best thing we can ask for is Angel Slayer after he's moved, while forcing him to move. Otherwise, he's healing quite a bit, and we're not dealing a lot of damage back to him. So alright, we also have the Unclean Spirit. Instant action, put 1 darkness card into play face down. If there are 3 or more Unclean Spirits in play, put 2 cards. And then do the normal darkness thing. So if a lightning gets revealed, it'll activate. If a card is discarded, I presume it does damage. And then it's got an action card. Okay, and we've got one up there. And then we've got the Hateful Fiend, who has an instant action of self-harm. On success, he'll test 7. On success, he'll move 1 space toward the nearest angel, then deal 1 damage to adjacent angels and itself. Okay. And as I understand, there's a typo on this guy because it says range asterisk move 4. He doesn't have the move 4. On the success, he'll move 1 and then try to do his attack. All right. I think that covers everything from the setup perspective. So our goal is to destroy all demons. It looks like the Fallen Seraph is going to be the bigger pain. Let me think here if I want to reorganize where I'm starting. I think I'm going to start here. Let's see, Hateful Fiend has 9 HP, Unclean Spirit has 9 HP, Droxile has 26. So I think I'm going to target the Hateful Fiend and try to take him out quickly because I can reach him faster. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They're actually equidistant. Who moves more? Oh, ew. Unclean Spirit has Possess. Each other demon gains 1 shield. Then Unclean Spirit is dealt damage equal to the total number of shields granted. Total amount of shields granted. But still, everybody gets a shield. Let's see, who goes first? Oh, yeah, our Fallen Seraph goes first. So maybe I will go for Unclean Spirit. Yeah, let's do that and see if we can turn, I think, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, the Saints are about equidistant too. Is that Saint in the right spot? He is not. I was going to say, it seemed like everything was equidistant of that Saint. He should be down here. Now he's the same. So they're all equidistant in a way, except going up this way is probably closer to the Fallen Seraph. Maybe we can do some damage to him on our way down to taking out the Hateful Fiend. So we will start in this corner, and we will start with the Intercessor. So new game, you get 2 courage to start. We got that 1 shield from increase fortitude. Let me look at my campaign sheet, make sure I'm not missing any bonuses. Okay, I'm not. So we will start with the intercessor, and he will activate boosted and oh, nope, not yet. First, we're going to put 2 darkness down. 1, 2. All right. Now intercessor's turn. Boosted endurance. Move 2 spaces. 1, 2. I think I'm going to have to end up using exhort to activate Michael's move. Unclean spirit doesn't exactly move. I'm wrong. So purge will move him to the nearest angel. Persecute will move him to the nearest protected saint. Oh, and if there are no protected saints, he uses purge instead. So there's a chance that he'll move right next to us, or he'll do possess and not move at all. So let's go ahead and spend exhort to activate advance and move to 1, 2. That puts us in range. Let's go ahead and use encourage to move this saint 1 space closer, and then draw a prayer card. Prayerful consideration, main action. Gain 1 courage, 2 shield, and 1 action. If this is your only prayer card in hand, you may play it any time. It is not in action. Nice. We'll make sure we do that first. All right, and then we're going to use consecrate. Let's see. Fallen Seraph. He's got a couple of move 4s. 1, 2, 3, 4. They won't exactly reach us. Oh, looking at the wrong one. He's got move 6s, so he will reach us. So let's use consecrate to give a shield. The idea here is for Michael to take out the unclean spirit before it can activate. So that's kind of why we're blitzing it right now. All right, that's all that the intercessor can do. So let's go ahead and activate Droxile. He's just going to roll a die. Everything else is a passive. First roll of the mission, 4. That's actually good now because he doesn't have any damage on him. So he's going to move 6, engages the nearest angel. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now I don't know if you ever move the full distance and then engage, or you move to the point to which you can engage. Now it says Droxile engages the nearest angel, then deals 3 damage to each angel within range. So yeah, I'm going to move up to the closest one. So our shield's going to absorb 2 of that. We'll take 1, down to 20. And then he heals 2. Now, one thing I learned about this game, contrary to other games, is the shield absorbing damage still counts as damage to the angel. In some games, if the shield absorbs damage, then that character didn't take damage. But in this case, it does, because Droxile heals 2 damage per angel that is dealt damage with this skill. So we got to keep that in mind. And that's it. And he does not add a shadow. So we want him to roll 4, 5, and 6. We'll take the heal over him adding a shadow any day. Although it's kind of similar, right? Because he's healing 2, but with the shadow there, we're reducing the damage by 3. So the Angel Slayer is a little bit worse, plus 1 damage on that skill. All right. Now we are up to Michael. We are going to use his advance to go 1, 2 up to the Clean Spirit. We're going to go ahead and activate Prayerful Consideration. while we still have only one prayer card. Gain 1 courage, gain 2 shields, and 1 action. So that cost us an action to play it, and it gave us our action back. All right. And yes, I know I'm putting the prayer cards in the Heavenly Treasure section, but that just gives me a little extra room so I don't bump them by accident. Okay. Now we are going to do Overhand, which now gives us 1 courage and does discipline. So 2, 3, 4, 5 damage there. I'm debating. Yeah. So 5 damage to Unclean Spirit of 9. And then we're going to test to see if we gain additional courage. And we do. So now the Mighty Smite would take him out. And actually, I'd be good with that. Or to maximize, I can use the Mighty Smite, run over to Fallen Seraph, and deal 4 damage to him. And then use my second action as a move back up to, then I wouldn't have any actions to take out the Unclean Spirit. I'm trying to maximize here. So I think the play is to use Exceptional Discipline. Boy, I'd like to use a lot of that on this guy before he starts getting shadows under him. So the best thing to do is to miss out on 2 courage by using Overhand again to take out the spirit, then use the movement on Mighty Smite to get to Fallen Droxile, hit him for 4, then do Exceptional Discipline. And I would roll it back and say I should have just attacked Droxile first. Yeah, let's do that. Now that I think about how many actions I have, that makes the most sense. So let's just step back real quick. Because remember, our combo is 2 Overhands and a Mighty Smite. So let's do the 2 damage, or the 5 damage to him. Right. And then we rolled and got the additional courage. So that brings us up to 5. Then we want to spend a courage to do Exceptional Discipline, gain 2 shield, and do 2 more damage to the Fallen Seraph, or the Droxile. And then we're going to activate our bird, since he's still the closest. Negative. You know, I was using the Hawk as a dice roll test, but I see even when I don't go with him first, he tends to miss a lot. I mean, you're a small object targeting a large object, and your success rate should be a little higher. And it's 8+. But I guess, you know, maybe he gets a little scared when he gets closer to these. Look at this guy. He's basically an angel with black wings, a black sword. Okay, so now that we reverse that, now we'll do our courage. If I can pick up these tokens and move 3. Remember, we want Droxile to chase us. 1, 2. We'll stop there because we don't have enough movement to get the other side. And deal 4 damage to the Unclean Spirit. That's the play. That's how you maximize. Okay, and now we have an action to do Overhand, which will deal 5 damage to Unclean, or give us a courage. And we'll deal 5 damage to the Unclean Spirit. and taken out. That's the play before he starts getting shadows, because that will reduce his reduce the damage you do to him, right? Because we defeated him, we gained 2 health, so we're up the max at 21, and we're going to roll to see if we gain additional courage, and we do not. And let me see here. Oh, I had reached maximum courage too. Man, I got to keep track of all this stuff. I get a boon of your choice, so I'm actually going to get the Empower. So let's see, when did I get maximum courage? So I did the overhand. I had 3. So that was before I did the exceptional discipline. So the exceptional discipline would have done 1 more damage. So I had 2 courage. Oh, the prayer card gave me a 3rd. Activated overhand, which gave me 2 more. So that damage is already dealt. Then I used exceptional discipline, paying 1 courage, so that got the boost by Empower. And then I did the charge to the unclean spirit with that additional power. And then I hit him with overhand again. So a total of like 11 damage. He only needed 9. Okay. Make sure I'm not missing anything else. Oh, and then I have my advance. Let's advance for free. 1, 2. Try to get closer to that. Unfortunately, we're not going to make it there to prevent 4 darkness cards from hitting the board, but we're getting closer. And I think that's everything Michael can do. Unclean Spirit is out, so they will not activate. So now we are on the Hateful Fiend. So test 7+ on success. Each Hateful Fiend moves 1 space toward the nearest angel, then deals 1 damage to adjacent angels and itself. So this one we do roll, even if there's not adjacent angels, because it doesn't say engages. So he's always going to move, and if there's something there, he'll deal damage to himself. But he failed it. All right, so now we're going to roll for his single action. What is that? 2. Blinding Rage. Range 1, move 4. Hateful Fiend engages the nearest angel and deals 2 damage. Then Hateful Fiend is afflicted with curse. So I want to venture to say this way is shorter than this way without counting. Oh, he's got a barrier there. It doesn't matter. 1, 2, 3, 4. Because he did not engage anyone, he's not going to be afflicted with Wither. Okay, so that is him done. Because our angel's already activated, that means Druxile will activate again. I guess that makes up for his lack of a instant action. 2. Oh, that's the one we did not want. Druxile engages the nearest angel and deals 4 damage, and add shadow to Druxile's space. So he's going to go 1, 2, kind of getting our way there. Let me go ahead and put the shadow down. Oops. The shadow's going to be tricky to play around. And he does 4 damage to us. So that's all our shields. Very nice. Then he moved, so he does not do 10 damage instead. But now that he's on a shadow, if he's on or adjacent to a shadow, a space with a shadow, so we got to kind of run around until there's an opportunity where he does not have a shadow under his feet. All right, that's it. Top of the round, 4 darkness cards, 1 per each angel. That's 2 oppressed saints. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. Lying Lips. Choose 1. Put the top darkness card into play face up in place of this card. Activate it if it contains instant action. Or each angel is dealt 1 damage and afflicted with Cursed. Cursed is probably the worst for us, because we test a lot, right? We don't want to take damage every time we fail a test. So we're just going to put the top darkness card into play. We don't know what it is. Another one. Choose one. Each angel's courage is reduced by 1, or each angel is dealt 1 damage and removes 1 boon. You know what? I'd rather just lose the courage than lose my boon. That empower is on every activation of a skill, basically, right? I don't think it works for our items, but Michael's skills and the talents. And actually, let me double check that. I'm pretty sure it doesn't work for heavenly treasures, but I could be wrong. Including skills listed on talent cards and damage dealt by that character's prayer cards. Okay, so yeah, it doesn't say heavenly treasures. Okay, so that takes care of the darkness phase. Refreshing actions. So I think what we want to happen is we want Intercessor to go first to kind of move Michael. Because we want Fallen Seraph to activate Chase and hopefully not put the shadow underneath him, because there's no way we can get rid of the shadow while it's under him like that. So let's go with the Intercessor first. He's going to use Boosted Endurance to move Michael 2. So we're going to go over here to the Saint, who is now protected, because although the standee is long ways, only their name is what I'm using for their space. So he's not contested. Then we'll use an action to do Encourage, move a target Saint 1 space. So we'll move him up this way, kind of get him out of harm's way, and then draw a prayer card. Uphold the Weak, free action. Target angel heals 2 damage. If that angel has at least 7 damage counters after healing, they also gain 3 shield, and you may cast down a darkness. I believe we'll be hanging on to that for a while. All right. I see all the darkness cards. I want to cast them down, but I'm thinking what I need to do is just move Michael. Unfortunately, I don't have enough movement to get all the way over to that other Saint. I'll be able to do it during Michael's turn. So, but let's go ahead and use Exhort to advance Michael 2 spaces. 1, 2. And again, it seems like a waste, but Fallen Seraph could deal 10 damage to us if he's on that shadow or adjacent to it. So we have to like put some distance between us. And then for our Consecrate action, so he's going to deal either 4 or 3 damage. I'm trying to decide if I want the Courage or the Shield. Let's see, we're at 21. We're pretty healthy. Man, we've already done 8 damage to him. We really need to take advantage of the damage. Let's do the Courage, actually. Even though we'll take some damage, we can spend it later for Exceptional Discipline and get 2 shield out of it versus the 1. All right. That is everything the Intercessor can do. Let's go ahead and activate the bad guy, who's going to roll 1 die. 4. There we go. Move 6. Deal 3 damage to the nearest angel and heal 2. 1, 2. Is that where he wants to go? Top versus bottom. I guess he'll go bottom. 3 damage. 1, 2, 3. Takes us down to 18. He heals 2. And that is the end of his activation. So now what we want to do is put as much damage into him as we can. So, because that Hateful Fiend's going to have to go around. There's a barrier there. So let's start doing the damage. Let me go ahead and do overhand first. Well, first as always, let's start off with our hawk. We can get some free chip damage. Nope. So let's use an action to activate overhand. That'll deal 6 damage. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to our bad guy here. There's 6. Let's go ahead and pull that off and do 10. So he's got 12 on him. 12 of 26. Let's roll to see if we gain additional courage. Nope. See, and that's why we didn't want the curse. So that would have been 2 damage right there. Let's activate overhand again. Gain a courage. Deal 6 damage. And then see if we can gain additional courage. Be really nice. We got it. We don't have enough courage to get our shield and deal 2 damage. So the choice is either spend a courage to do 2 shield and 2 damage, or spend the courage to just do 4 plus 1, 5 damage. So it'd be 2 shield and 3 damage. I think we got to do as much damage as we can. Yeah, because we're on a roll with the damage. He is almost done, and we are pretty healthy. And we've got a heal, uphold the weak. So let's go ahead and we can use it as a move. No, I can use it as a move. So that is 4 courage to do Mighty Smite, which is 4 plus our Empower. That's 5 more damage. Another 10 marker there. Trying to make sure that I didn't skip anything. Okay, I did not. He is at 23 of 26. Okay, let's use our advance to go 1 space here. Now this saint is protected. And we have to, it's where we end our movement, so we can't go there and then move another space. We don't want to move another space because then Fallen Seraph will move over there and turn them back over. Am I missing anything? Is there any way to get courage? I must find it from within. Okay, no courage on the board. So let's go to the Hateful Fiend. I still never reached maximum courage, so I did not gain anything bonus. Okay. Hateful Fiend, we'll do the test 7 plus first. Success, so move 1. Deal 1 damage to each adjacent angel and itself. So it takes 1 damage. No angels are adjacent. Now it'll roll 1 die for its action. 6. Range 1, move 4. Hateful Fiend engages the nearest angel and deals 2 damage. Then Hateful Fiend gains in power. So with that move 4, he's going to go 1, 2, 3. He will catch up to us. Deals 2 damage. We don't have any shield. 1, 2. We're down to 16. And gains in power. Okay, he has a couple opportunities to do a lot of damage to us. So depending on what happens with Droxile, we may just take out the Hateful Fiend now that he's close. Or we'll put the damage into... Actually, we should just take out Droxile first. Which, it's his turn. So he's going to roll the die. 6. He's going to deal... Move 6. Droxile engages the nearest angel, then deals 3 damage. So he's going to move over 1. And I hope I'm doing that right. The fact that it just says engages first, so he's going to move as far as he can and then calculate the range. Deals 3 damage to each angel within range 3. Within 3 range, then heals 2. So we're going to take 3 more. 1, 2, 3. We're down to 13. And he heals 2. Ouch. So that did a lot more to us than we thought. But the fact that we did 2 extra damage, he healed it, right? So he would have actually had less damage on him right now if we'd not kind of taken advantage of the dealing damage to him. He's not going to get a shadow, so that's a good thing for us, which means we're probably going to start with Michael to try to finish him off before he gets another activation. But first, we're going to go to the darkness cards because they could very well destroy everything we want to do. So we get two of them. One goes face down, and this one flips up. Spiritual static. After an angel casts down this darkness card with a prey action, that angel is dealt 2 damage. After an angel casts down any other darkness card with a prey action, that angel is dealt 1 damage. Good. I mean, it's not a good card, but right now it doesn't deal any damage to us. It doesn't slow us down with anything. So we are good to go. So let's refresh all the actions. All right. And like I said, we're going to start off with Michael because this guy only has 4 health left. I'm sorry, he has 26 total. He has 5 left. So yeah, we're just going to do an overhand. So let's activate overhand, gain 1 courage. Actually, if he's got 5 left, that means even Mighty Smite will take him out. So let's do the overhand to the Hateful Fiend. Deal 5 damage there. He's already got 1 on him. Roll the die to see if we can do or gain additional courage, and we do. And actually it's 6 damage to him because we have Empower. 2, 3, 4, 5, yep, 6. Gain the additional courage, no bonuses on the roll. So now we're going to do it again. He's got, well, he's 7 of 9. Oh, so yeah, we got this. Let's just spend a courage to do exceptional discipline, gain 2 shield. Ends up dealing 3 damage to Hateful Fiend, which takes him out. 5, 6, 7. Plus the 3. He is done. Because we destroyed a demon, we heal 2. 1, 2. Just like that, he is gone. Yeah, I had to make sure and check the number of actions I took. I was like, wow, because that's 6 damage. That Empower is really great. So 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, plus the 1, that's 6. He had 1 on him, and then the 2. All right. Then that means we can just use Overhand again. Gain 1 courage, and deal 6 damage to Droxile and take him out. So we have defeated the main villain. Let me just look around again, make sure I didn't miss anything critical. He wasn't adjacent or near a shadow. None of that stuff happened. None of that stuff happened. Unclean Spirit never got a turn. Oh, I forgot to take the damage tokens off of him. Yeah, I think that initial play was critical to deal some damage to him and then run and deal damage to the other. So that takes care of everything that I can see. Again, hopefully I didn't make any mistakes. Rewards 3 experience points. Here's the flavor text. Once a powerful ally, you are crestfallen at Droxile's forsaking of the King of Kings. That such an angel would turn traitor, and for what? A short command of hideous creatures, followed by an eternity of damnation. Though you won the battle, you are still crushed by what has become of one of your beloved brethren. And as you return to the sanctuary, there is no jubilation in your success, only remorse for what was lost. Still, a glimmer of hope for what is to come pierces the thought, and you look around at your team, encouraging yourself in the 2/3 of all angels that chose what was good over rebellion. Awesome. So with that 3 experience, we're going to go to our campaign sheet, kind of decide what we want. Let's see what we want. During setup, gain Empower. During setup, gain Bless. That's pretty strong. We can get a level 2 skill unlocked for talent slot 1 or 2. And I know going through the talents, there was one that gave Michael courage. That one seems pretty powerful. Gain 1 courage at the beginning of your turn. The other option is we can increase our stats, either gain additional strength for our Mighty Smite, or gain additional knowledge for our inner strength. Or we can be brave, gain 1 additional courage during setup. If I'm going to use 3, that means we would start with 3 courage, which then means a single overhand will get us to our maximum, and then we can get our boon. The same can be said about getting the talent that gives us +2. Level 2 talent that gives us 1 courage at the beginning of every turn. I might be able to replace Highlander. Whenever you defeat a demon in combat, heal 2. Okay. I think I can choose my talents at the beginning of each battle. Because basically what happens is you unlock certain levels and you can change the talents in and out. What I want to know is, can I change it once I know what the mission is? Or do I have to have it locked in before I start the mission? Because if I see a mission with a lot of demons, then I'll go for Highlander so I can heal while I'm destroying them. But if there's one without a lot of missions, then it makes more sense to get the level 2 and get the courage at the beginning of each turn. So those are our options. We'll think about it in preparation for the next mission. Oh, I forgot to have our hawk attack. Hey, landed attack. And we didn't get to use our prayer card. So that is everything for mission 5. We'll meet you back here for mission 6. With the Remote Games, signing off.